Hello, it is July now, so I'm going to be talking about the books I want to read this month. To start off, the book that I'm currently reading, I'm reading Willa of Ingleside by Elena Montgomery. This is the last book in the Anne of Green Gables series, so I'm excited to finish that. This one follows Anne's daughter, her youngest daughter Willa, just kind of growing up and her friends and her family life. And it's also set in 1914, so it's about like the start of World War I. Then I would like to read Julius Crossing by B.C. Andrews. This is book one in a series. It's about Delia finding a new home, a new life, and a new world to survive on her own. After her parents are killed in a truck accident, her life is turned upside down. She leaves the rural Mexican village where she grew up and embarks on a new life in America. She goes and lives with her wealthy aunt in her huge estate in Palm Springs. And it should be a dream come true for a simple country girl like Delia, but so why does it feel like a nightmare? I think it's because all the characters in B.C. Andrews' books have to go through nightmares, it seems. I just like them because they're so dramatic and juicy. Then I grabbed P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. This is a sequel to All the Boys Loved Before that I read last month. And I thought it was so cutesy and fun, and I just like sped through it. Like the writing is so like quick paced. I love it. I love when I can find books that are that quick paced. You just speed through them. This just continues on what happened in the last one, so I don't really want to give anything away, but so she's dating the guy that she started dating in the last one, and then they run into problems, and then there's a new guy too, and it just sounds so like summery and fun. And the autobiography that I would like to read this month is by Michael Caine. It's called The Elephant to Hollywood. I like Michael Caine. I haven't seen him in that much stuff, but I would like to. He's funny, I think. Here's a younger picture of him. So this follows his life, how he got to Hollywood. He has a glittering career that spans more than 5 decades, and he has 2 Oscars, a knighthood, and an iconic place in the Hollywood pantheon. This is him looking back over it all. It's a remarkable full circle of Michael Caine's life. And it looks like it has lots of pictures too, so I'm into that. Then I grabbed Emily of New Moon by Elena Montgomery. Once I'm done reading Anne of Green Gables, I would like to start this series as well. This one has 3 books about Emily of New Moon. This is about 10-year-old Emily Starr never knew what it was to be lonely until her beloved father died. Now she's an orphan and her snobbish relatives are taking her to live with them at New Moon Farm. She feels a very small child left alone, but of course she makes new friends and family life and all that, and she wants to be an author. She's a budding author, and she finds herself well on the way to a life of literary creation. Sounds good. Sounds very similar to Anne, I guess. The kid book that I would like to read this month, I mean, besides like Anne and Emily, I guess those are kid books too, but I grabbed A Bear Called Paddington by Michael Bond. This is about, I guess it's a toy bear, but he's alive? I'm not sure. I feel like I've been reading a lot about toys that come alive lately. This is illustrated by Peggy Fortnum, so I bet it has cute little pictures. This is about Paddington Bear, who had just traveled all the way from Peru when the Brown family first met him in Paddington Station. Since then, their lives have never been quite the same. For ordinary things become extraordinary when Paddington is involved. So it sounds cute. It's a children's classic, so I would definitely like to read more of those. I have so many classics I would like to read. Speaking of, I grabbed Wuthering by Emily Bronte. This is like either the second or third time that I've tried to read this, but I'm determined to finally finish it this year. So this is like a star-crossed lover story about Catherine and Heathcliff. Yeah, look at the size of this font. Look at that. And the writing is so dense and hard to get through. I think I'm going to try and like listen to it on audiobook and like follow along. I think that'll be easier. And last but not least, I want to read more of the Oz series by L. Frank Baum. I am on Glinda of Oz, which is book 14 in the series, which is the second to last book. And I'll just read what this one says. In Glinda of Oz, Dorothy and Ozma journey to a remote part of Oz to stop a war. But soon they are trapped in a crystal-domed city on an enchanted island. The watertight city submerges itself, and only the wizard and Glinda can save the pair. But will they make it in time? I really like this picture, this underwater picture. It reminds me of like Little Mermaid. Like I could see Ariel living in this castle. So those are the books that I am currently reading or want to read in July. Let me know what you want to read this month, and I will see you next time.